All right, let's talk about the hidden world of software testing. You know, the whole professional discipline that's dedicated to one simple thing, making sure the tech we rely on every single day actually works.
Oh, come on, you know you have. We've all been there, right? Staring at that frozen screen, feeling that unique cocktail of pure frustration and disbelief. It's just part of modern life. But what's really going on behind that crash?
Because here's the thing. While a game crashing on you is super annoying, a tiny bug in a banking app can literally cost a company millions. A flaw in a hospital software, that could put patient data at risk. And when you get to critical systems, we're talking airplanes or medical devices, a software failure can have absolutely catastrophic consequences. The stakes are just incredibly high.
So to really get a handle on how we prevent these kinds of failures, here's our game plan. We're going to start with why testing is so critical, then we'll look at the actual professional process and some key techniques. After that, we'll see where it all fits together. And finally, we'll get into the unique mindset of a great tester. Okay, let's do this.
First up, why do we even need testing? Well, it all starts with a simple, unavoidable fact. We humans, we make mistakes. And in the world of software, those little human errors can snowball into massive system failures. Let's break down how that happens.
It's really a chain reaction, and getting the words right is key. So first, a developer makes a mistake. Could be a simple typo, could be a flaw in their logic. That mistake creates a defect, what we all call a bug, that's now hiding somewhere in the code. Now that bug might just sit there, totally dormant, for months. But when just the right conditions happen, and that piece of code runs, bam, it causes a failure. And that's the crash you see on your screen. So mistake creates a defect, and that defect leads to a failure.
And those failures, well, they have serious real-world consequences. We're talking about everything from losing money and destroying a company's reputation to creating huge security holes. So the whole point, the crucial mission, is to find and fix those defects before they ever get a chance to cause a failure for the user.
Okay, so if the problem is that huge, how do we tackle it? Well, it's not by just randomly clicking around and hoping for the best. Professionals bring order to the chaos. They use a structured, fundamental test process to get things under control.
This is basically the life cycle of professional testing. You start with planning, figuring out what you need to achieve. Then comes the real brain work, analyzing the software and designing the right tests to find problems. It's only then that you actually build and execute them. And finally, you evaluate the results and formally close out the process. See, it's a proper engineering discipline, not just something you tack on at the end.
So that analysis and design phase, how does that actually work? How do testers know what to test? Well, they don't just guess. They have a whole toolkit of really powerful intellectual techniques that help them systematically hunt down defects.
The two main ways to approach this are called black box and white box testing. You know, think of it this way. Black box testing is like test driving a car. You don't need to know how the engine works, right? You just need to check if the brakes work, if the steering works. You're focused on what it should do. White box testing, on the other hand, is like being the mechanic. You pop the hood and test every single component of the engine directly, because you know how it all works inside.
And what you're seeing here is a perfect example of a black box technique. It's called a decision table. Now, I know it might look a little intense, but it's just a super logical way to map out every possible scenario. For example, look at Rule 3. It basically says, if you're a new customer and you don't have a loyalty card, but you do have a coupon, then the system should give you a 20% discount. Using a table like this makes sure no combination of rules ever gets missed. It's pretty smart.
Okay, so we've got the process, we've got the techniques, but where does all this stuff happen? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the whole landscape of testing to see how it fits into the big picture of building software.
Think of it like building a house. Component testing is like checking every single brick to make sure it's solid. Integration testing is making sure those bricks work together to form a strong wall. System testing is when the whole house is built, and you check if the plumbing, the electrical, and everything else works together properly. And then, finally, there's acceptance testing. That's when the new owner walks through to make sure it's the house they actually wanted. You test from the smallest piece all the way up to the finished product.
Now for what might be the most crucial and honestly the most interesting part of all this. It's not really about the tools or the process, it's about the human element. There's a very specific psychology, a unique mindset that you need to be a great tester.
And this quote just nails it. A developer is like the chef. Their mindset is constructive. They're trying to create something that works beautifully. But a tester has to be the judge. Their mindset has to be critical, maybe even a little bit destructive. Their entire job is to find fault, to push that software to its absolute breaking point, all to make the final product that much stronger.
This leads to this fascinating idea called the pesticide paradox. It's just like how insects eventually develop a resistance to pesticides. If you run the exact same set of tests over and over again, they eventually stop finding new bugs. The software has sort of adapted to them. This means a good tester can never get complacent. They have to constantly be creative, always writing new and different tests to hunt down that next hidden defect.
And this all leads to the ultimate goal, which this graph shows perfectly. Check out the lines. At first, as your testing gets better, you find more defects. But then, as the team learns from those defects, see how that reviews line goes up? The total number of new defects being created actually starts to fall. And here's the real payoff, that bottom line. Failures in the live system just plummet. And that brings us to the ultimate point. Great testing isn't just about finding bugs, it's about improving the entire process to prevent bugs from ever being written in the first place.
So the next time you use an app that just works, it doesn't crash, it feels totally seamless and reliable, don't just thank the developer who built it. Take a second and also thank the tester, the professional judge who worked tirelessly to break it so that you would never have to.
Get free CAST practice tests. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to start practicing today.